cheers. Then make sure you have everything ready, your drinks ready. But cheers. Make sure you have your own. The reason why they come on that's last night. I mean, reason why they come on Sunday is because YouTube been acting up. As you can see, just by being on here for a couple of minutes, it's YouTube already has bad connection. You keep wanting to say, unable to connect, please try again. Unable to connect, please try again. It was pretty much doing that the entire, just almost the entire stream of Saturday. See, you keep doing that right now. Now, come on, YouTube, get your stuff together. Update your update your apps. So you what keep saying, please try again. Connect to try to connect. Unable to connect, please try again. Now, come on, man. Not in the middle of a damn live stream. I gotta keep doing this. That's why I gotta keep doing. Every time that message popped up saying unable to connect, please try again. You gotta keep doing this. As you can see, I'm able to fill this up with a little bit of Royal OG. So hope everybody getting ready. Hope you got your everything rolled up. Hope you got your bowls packed. Hope you got your edibles ready, your drinks. See, keep one to. But we got a packed full show for you today. We got lots to talk about here in the chat, in the live stream. So we got we got 5 minutes away, guys. 5 minutes away for 4:20. So make sure everything rolled up and packed. Make sure you got your devices charged up. Got your pens, your puff codes. Look, 4:16. We about less than 5 minutes away. But yeah, we got lots to talk about. What we're going to talk about is how there's so many gun violence that been taking place ever since Joe Biden became your president of the United States. And we're here to talk about how your mayors all over the world has defunded the police. It's not just happening in it's not just happening in places like LA. It's not just happening in places like New York. It's also happening in places like Chicago, especially in places like Chicago, where every day somebody is being shot on the streets. You can't even chill on a park bench without worrying about getting hit with a drive-by shooting. You can't even sit on your bench without worrying about getting hit with a bullet, a straight bullet. You can't even go out for a drive without even worrying about getting hit with a drive-by shooting. But it is all because of the under the leadership of Joe Biden. I don't know when anybody going to realize that Joe Biden is the biggest traitor in the United States. Everybody wants to say that. What's up, Latif? Thank you for joining me on this live stream. You're the real MVP. Hope you'll do well physically, mentally, and emotionally this day, and stuff like a king last night. Hope you'll get ready because we are 3 minutes away for 4:20 p.m. 1 o'clock p.m. West Coast. So hope everybody ready. Hope you got your blunt, your joints ready. Hope you got your bones ready, packed. Hope you got your bowls packed. Hope you got your drinks and edibles ready because you're about to get it in at 4:20 p.m. on the dot. As you say, got mine ready. Full with the Royal OG. And we got lots to talk about, including the President Joe Biden being the traitor of the United States and how He's the reason why racism still exists. And not to mention, here is the reason why mayors are allowed to defund their police in your own city. Is the reason why there's so many gun violence happening day in and day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. You can't even watch the news nowadays without seeing somebody get shot or somebody being involved with a drive-by shooting or somebody being involved in some type of bad shooting. From malls, from concerts, to even your local subway stations. Because every time you turn on the news, that's exactly what you see. A whole bunch of people get shot and caught. People get caught in the crossfire in places where you don't at least expect it. Even it started to happen in places where even it started to happen in the gated community. That's how worse this country has gotten. It's even spewed over to the gated community. You can't even say that gun violence only happened in the ghetto. It's also happened in major cities, and it's also happened in big major cities and suburban areas, and also in places in the gated community. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, hope everybody got stuff ready because that's what time it is. It is 4:20 p.m. on the dot. Hope everybody do well. Please get mentioned emotional this day. I stopped listening to Queens last night. Happy Monday. Cheers, gang. Thank, thank, um, thank you for joining me Detroit. You are the real MVP. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you are slept like a king last night and doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day. And don't forget to hit the like button for your boy for the algorithm. Don't forget to hit the like button. And this is still good out to you. You just in time for the 420. Cheers. And we also go here to talk about the Kyle Senate and the Kim Kardashian and Northwest situation. Everybody is all at war. Everybody has like a 50-50 um, opinion about the situation between about the meeting of Kyle Senate and known as um, Northwest, Kanye West's daughter. Oh my God, I hit. Thanks for hitting with the like button. You got the weird MVP. I got a new video of the way. That's what's up, Detroit. Looking forward to seeing that new review, that new video when it drops. Make sure to hit the notification bell so we'll miss that upcoming video. Looking forward to that. Shout out to Detroit. But everybody has a different opinion about whether it's appropriate for somebody that's Carl-Senner's age to meet up with a child like Northwest. And he actually respond to the people criticizing him about it. We gonna talk about that as well. And then we also gonna talk about the luxury home that was purchased for the homeless in LA that's going to hurt the pockets of the taxpayers. Because they even admit on the news that everything that the government is doing is going to hurt the it costs the taxpayers, because who else is going to pay off the government's debt? Every time the government pays and sponsors up spending something, who end up paying for it at the end? The taxpayers. Just like with the stimulus check, who end up paying for it at the end? The taxpayers. That's why inflation is happening, because not because of the stimulus check. So therefore, somebody needs to pay off. So they'll call themselves um having a fine. You know how you ever heard of the fine print? Fine print. If we give you this, but in return you're gonna do this and this. But that's how it is with the stimulus check. The fine print is that now we gotta deal with the inflation. Now we gotta deal with higher cost of living. Now we gotta deal with higher food, everything, higher food, higher rent, because everybody want that stimulus check. So that was one way of having us pay off the stimulus check is through the inflation. That's how they do with with taxes. Um, every we can't even work. We can't even work for free without having to pay taxes. We can't even cross the bridge without paying some type of toll. We can't even buy food without taxes. We can't do anything without paying some type of taxes. House property taxes, from property taxes, food taxes. From even having a job, we find ourselves had to pay taxes if you wanted to have just to have a job to keep the pay for everything and to put food on you and your kids and your family's plate. Stay hydrated, my friends. Stay hydrated. Cheers. And also, we're going to talk about how I've been blowing up on TikTok with the piano acapella edition. So far, I have dropped three acapella beats, acapella piano performance on my TikTok. The one of them is Still Not a Player featuring Big Pun and Joe. I did an acapella piano edition. And right now it's up to over 1,000 views. Make sure I turn it down. I had dropped this not less than 24 hours ago. See, here we go. There we go. Still getting the likes. Still getting the likes. So far, it's up to 2,282 views, 295 likes, 15 favorites. 15 15 favorites. 15 saved. 15 saved. total watch play hours. The viewers. 55% male, 44% female, and 1% other. What? Y'all see this? They got 1% other. I didn't know that was the other. Look. Look, 1%. I wonder what the other is. What's that supposed to be, a robot or something? It said male, female, and then it got other. It said 1%. That's interesting. And 90% of it is non-followers. That's the only thing about my TikTok is that I have more views than I do followers, because views wise I've been getting up close to 100,000 views. I've been getting close to 100,000 views per 60 days. I get close to 100,000 views, but as you can see, I have 2,294 followers, 24.5K likes. And by the way, y'all know what that means. I'm that closer to making that song with Wiz Khalifa, Miley Cyrus, 23. I'm planning on making the 23 remix after I hit 2,300 followers. I know, right? In order to after I reach 2,300 followers, I'm planning on making a freestyle to 23, featuring Miley Cyrus, Wiz Khalifa, and Wiz Khalifa. So all we gotta do is wait until I reach 2,300 followers, and that's when I'll drop the song. As you can see, I'm not that far from 2,300 followers. I'm pretty much 6 followers away. 6 followers away from reaching 2,300 followers. So once I reach 2,300 followers, that's when I drop that song called 23 featuring Miley Cyrus, Wiz Khalifa. It'll be my version of it, of course, freestyle. And I'm gonna drop it as soon as I reach 2,300 followers. So make sure you'll stay tuned for that, because it looks like I'm not that far from reaching 2,300 followers. So it's just a matter of when, ladies and gentlemen, it's just a matter of when I'm going to reach 2,300 followers. So therefore, I'm able to drop that song, make the song, then drop the song, put it on TikTok, promote it, make that joint go viral, like Soulja Boy like to do, make it go viral on the internet. Let's see. My last freestyle that I did. This is my last freestyle that I put up. It's called Hustle Ambition with 50 Cent. It has reached 4,000 views. It has reached 4,313 views, 430 likes, 2 shares, and 16 saved. So two people have shared my freestyle, but yeah, they got close to close to over 4K views. So that's why I said wait until I reach 2,300 followers, and I'm going to drop the 23 song with me, Miley Cyrus, Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J. The story's gonna be epic. I guarantee you guys. I guarantee you. Good. So far, every time I drop a hit, it instantly reached over 1,000 views. Well, right, thank you, Latif. Thank you, thank you. It's like it seems like so far I'm able to every time I drop a song or every time I drop a piano beat, it it instantly go up to 1,000 views. I'm able to do that um back to back to back. Wait, hold up. Um, Got to charge my device. Got to charge my headphones. And that's the reason why I keep making songs. There we go. That's the reason why I keep doing what I'm doing. That's the reason why I keep making songs. That's the reason why I keep making freestyles and music and keep practicing playing the piano, because uh, the amount of likes and views that I get every time I do drop a song, every time I do drop a piano beat, it get that much of a response. So I'm like, okay. And I found out that I'm actually good at making music, because the proof is right there with the likes and the shares and the views. That's why I find myself keep going and keep find myself try to come up with better and better music for each and every one of you, and try not to be like everybody else that you see in the rap game, find yourself rapping about guns, drugs, and money and women. Only time I would rap about women is when it comes to when it comes to freestyle. Let me Crush Wednesday. That's the type of song that I like to produce. On, I drop it. Sometimes I drop it every Wednesday, but on sometimes or every other Wednesday, called Women Crush Wednesdays. I will drop Women Crush Wednesday songs on Wednesdays sometimes. Yeah, that's the time where I talk about the ladies. But other than that, I'm not gonna be on here talk back about um trying to portray myself to be a gangster. I want to be the type that you could actually you could actually can rap to. You could actually listen to, and you can actually sing along to. Cause there's a lot of songs that you can't even sing out loud to, because it is so much profanity, so much sex talk, so much drug talk, that you can't even talk. You can't even rap your favorite lyrics out loud, and at certain places, but you'll be look at funny, especially around children, especially around children. That's why I try to make my freestyles clean as possible, so each and every one of you can listen to it in front of your friends and family, and rap to it, sing along to it in front of your friends and family, while you be given the dirty look saying, "What did he just say? What? You better watch your mouth, boy. Don't you know you got kids? Don't you know you got kids present?" So I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm trying to be like, you know how Will Smith used to be, where he just make sure that his freestyle is nice and clean and meant for everybody, so not just the adults can listen to it, but also the children. That's how I want my life. That's how I would want my freestyle to be. Clean, but also catchy. Also, um, the type of song that you can listen to it over and over and over again, and not just listen to it one time. You can actually hit this on repeat, and and it actually sounds like it goes with the flow, and it actually sounds like I have something to say. Cause I'm not just rapping just to make something sounds. I'm not just rapping just to make something sounds good. It actually has meaning. It actually has a story, and it has a good flow to go with the beat. Nice with the beat. Something that you can knock your head to. I did a whole bunch of freestyles to Biggie. I did freestyle to Biggie songs with Juicy. I did a Juicy freestyle on there. It's on my TikTok. I did Thank You freestyle with Bow Wow. I did that. I did There Goes My Baby with Usher. I did that. I did the freestyle featuring Lalo, Carly B, Put It on the Flow. I did the freestyle to that on TikTok. But all they gotta do is promote those songs and then have it blow up, and like them other songs do. And next thing you know, you find your boy on the radio one day. You know, if I keep 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 doing, keep putting myself out there, keep putting out good music. You know, and make it seem like I can hang with your favorite artists, like 50 Cent, like Doja Cat, like Lauryn Hill, like Tiana Taylor, like Lalo, like Cardi B, like Nicki Minaj, like DMX, like Big Sparks. Will be amongst those people when it comes to making great music, and it seems like I am very, very good at it. It'd be different if I wasn't good at making music at all, and I'm not getting no views at all, and people going around saying, "Yo, bro, you should, this not for you, bro. You should stop, bro. That's not it. That's not it for you, bro. Nope, this ain't for you. You need to quit your day job." But nope. Again, lots of views, likes, comments, shares, saves, and followers that helped me get to 23, oh damn near 2,300 followers. See, this got 400. This one got over 400 likes. 400. Look, I get likes for damn near everybody. From athletes, I get likes from athletes, actors, actresses, even people that got millions and millions of followers. It's liking this. The people that got millions and millions of followers, they got way more followers than me. Liking my music. I remember this guy that was on Fast and Fit. He had with viral for making a song. He had viral for making a song, but then he got so cocky that he started to make a fool out of himself, and to the point where he got kicked off Fresh and Fit. He got kicked off Fresh and Fit because he was pretty much over talking everybody, and pretty much trying to make the whole show about him, all because he made this song on TikTok that blew up, and help him with viral. and now that helped him on Fresh and Fit Miami, and that's all he was. It's all he wanted to talk about. But then that was like we was letting you get your shine on. We was letting you promote your stuff, and we was giving you props about going viral. But then he started to over talk people, and then he was like, "No man," and one of the Fresh and Fit guys was like, "No man, whoa, man, you gotta roll, man. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. You're being disrespectful, man. You gotta take a shit. Get the fuck out." President Fit literally kicked that ass out because he was being hella disrespectful. He was like he was like over talking people to the point where he was, President Fit guys was like, "Hey man, we got you gotta roll, man. I try to be nice. I try to let you talk, but we wouldn't even let others talk. So, man, do me a favor, get the fuck out." Yeah, Fred got kicked out Fresh and Fit. And Thomas Sotomayor was there. Thomas Sotomayor was there, and he just sit there like, what? He was just like, and with the headphones too. He would sit there with headphones like, this one guy I'm talking about. Look. Shout out to.
Okay, bro. I'm not much now.
Right, who is this guy?
All right, bro.
Look,
LOL. What a cornball.
look.
Grew from 9,000 to 118,000 in a month and a half. Shut the fuck up when you talk to me, bitch. Whoa.
Look at this.
I'm gonna just let this straight because in real life I would.
No, we saw this dynamic happening in the other Fresh and Fit show where it was the bald buff dude talking to the overweight family guy. When the bald buff dude asked the guy how much money that you make, it wasn't the other guy's turn to start talking about all of these different things that he's right? Like, he just made a joke out of it because it's really not that serious. What we're looking at right here is an ex-stripper challenging. Here's the thing, when an ex-stripper challenges you and you feel the need to quantify things in your life that you just became popular for, it screams to me
See,
that
you
hurt,
keep bragging about
that
it.
dug deep, and you're letting your insecurities show by getting on her level and trying to
I
say
know,
all
right?
of these numbers.
That-
We don't need to know all that stuff, bro. And in fact, knowing all these things puts you in a weaker position as a man because it's like odd peacocking.
I know,
The
right?
numbers that you talk about are dwarfed in comparison of the numbers of any of the other content creators that are up on here. By the way, I reached out to Brandon Jamal for comment to see if he can provide any more context or light on his thoughts and what it is that he's saying right here. He hasn't reached back out to me yet, so we got to go for the video right now. But this at this point, just like he just wants to be disrespectful for the sake of.
See, and the reason why I will show you guys how much views I got on the video, almost on the song, is because I'm gonna show you guys the reason why I keep doing this is because of the numbers that I'll be getting. It's not like I'm getting like only a couple of views and nobody's liking it at all, and everybody said it was trash. No, people liking it, people viewing it, people sharing it, and that's why I was pointing to you guys. That's why I would show you guys the numbers to show you guys the reason why I keep doing what I'm doing.
Disrespectful.
I'm a man
So-
beater.
so
and
you would go to jail, you stupid mother. But since you don't go to school, you don't realize that if
First
you
of
hit a
all,
motherfucker,
Look at
you're
that.
call
in
the
the same
police, you
place
going
as
to
I am,
jail.
so what does that mean? Like,
I
we're in the same
am
place.
not in the same place.
No, I'm doing better
She
than you
does
are, man. I'm
OnlyFans.
doing better than you.
I'm gonna reset here.
Yeah.
So now dude is over here just now flexing, saying that all because of his song with viral, he feel the need to like over talk everybody, saying, "Oh, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm better than you." That's one thing I'm not going to do is throw my success in everybody's face, telling about so I'm better than you, better than you. No, I'm gonna be like, if it wasn't for everybody else, if it wasn't for everybody, I wouldn't be in the position I am today because I need you guys for the likes and the shares and the views and the comments. And so therefore, if it's for you guys, I would not be where I am today. I'm not going to be like this guy and act like a back all big headed and act like I'm beneath everybody else and act like they are not the reason for the views. Just saying.
So yeah, she said I'm in the
Tanya
same
Sassy.
place.
Who the hell here? Who the hell here
That's
sucking
not
his
his
dick?
vibe.
Somebody here is sucking his dick, and I'm gonna find out. And I need a man.
You can tell me something more, y'all.
The guys
Now
here
she's
sucking
insulting
his
all
dick.
the men's sexuality in here. You know, that's what they do when they're wrong. They go to the sexuality every time. You know this. It's a tale as old as time. Song as old as time.
They gonna sing a Bible song.
Single mom.
God forbid.
And wow, really, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating, but really, that's a song that went viral. Talk about single moms. You see, unlike him, I'm not going around and bashing baby mothers. In fact, my song is about uplifting. My song is about getting together. And matter of fact, I made a song with Michael Jackson called "Man in the Mirror." Has everything to do with us coming together, and if we don't come together, we're going to fall as a nation. That's the type of song I'm like. That's the type of song I'll be making on my TikTok. Versus this guy who make a song about single mothers and bashing single mothers. How's that supposed to be a song everybody's supposed to dance to? If anybody's too busy and go around listen to the lyrics of you bashing the single mothers.
So after this point, they go into the super chats. What I wanted to show you guys is what inevitably led to the kick out, which was him being frustrated that he wasn't getting enough airtime.
The mindset that I'm kind of hearing right now is a little bit selfish.
I'm sorry, but you guys are all like saying all this stuff, but you guys are all like my age, and no one's married yet. No one's married. Like no one has an official relationship. Like
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He can't
Who's a viral here or not? May I?
look at this guy. He can't even let nobody talk. You notice that was trying to like get the points in the ladies, and then out of nowhere this guy is like, excuse me, I was just wondering, excuse me, remember I'm the guy that went viral? Oh God.
Speak? What the Are we here for these bitches or me and bro? Like for real?
And then he called them the B word. Like damn, bro. Like this dude, and you wonder why he got kicked out because he did disrespectful towards the ladies for no reason. Like, why are you calling them the B word? Like, what was the purpose?
Ew. Like, can
I
I
think if
talk?
it was only men on the show, I
I
don't
keep
think it
raising my
would be
hand
that
and nobody lets me
successful.
talk. You want to hear what this yapping heifer has to say except for the viral? What the fuck is going on here?
Look at this.
You can let these bitches talk all day. Can I
chill the
just...
fuck out, man.
Yeah.
I know, right there. He's like, shut up, dog.
Chill the fuck out, bro.
I'm not
No,
doing
no,
that.
no.
Right, who is this guy?
See, I mean, look at that. He got like, tried to tell him like, yo, chill, man. Like it's bad enough you calling this woman the B word for like no reason, but like, chill, man. And then on top of that, they're all live on the air. They're live, and they're talking like this. Knowing full well that YouTube doesn't allow those type of languages, and so that's why I keep saying, yo, chill with the language, chill with the language, cause we live, we ain't like we can't like tape over this. We live, yo, chill with the language, but he wouldn't listen.
All right, bro. Just
LOL. What a cornball.
you're doing too much, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure am. A whole lot.
You're doing too much, bro.
Now you singlemom.com. Get your merch.
I'm
Get
not
out
a
of here,
single
bro.
mom.
I know why you got bad bitch energy.
Respect.
You left your diapers. You know they're expensive. You can't. I don't know if you're gonna be able to.
Like a man.
This guy was stocking diapers.
See what I mean? Not everybody can handle the fame. Sometimes it gets to their heads, like that guy, for example. Now ever since that song went viral about single mothers, he feel like he's above everybody. He feel like he can talk to anybody any type of way, especially to women. That's why I was like, how can a song that degrading baby mothers. How that song ended up going viral? It's nothing positive about that song at all. So how that song ended up going viral? All I know is that makes you think that anybody could go viral just by putting out a song. All you gotta do is be negative towards people, and but then at the same time I was like, but I thought TikTok was be against bullying and stuff like that on TikTok. That's why I was like, how that stuff end up blowing up on TikTok, and it's based on bashing single mothers. That's why I was like, and I thought that was supposed to be against bullying and stuff like that. I know that definitely is against free speech on TikTok. I know that for sure. You can't even say certain words on TikTok without getting a community guideline strike. So that's why I was like, I'm surprised he was able to get away with putting out that song about bashing single mothers. And then that should show you how much he values women when he just came out with he was able to come up with a song bashing single mothers, and then everybody want to be surprised that he on Fresh and Fit calling women the B words. Yo, this. Like the whole time, like he was cussing out the women. He was cussing the women out, and they was like, "Damn, yo, what I do to deserve it? What did to deserve to get cussed out like that?" Like he was just flat out cussing out those women. I don't know. Right here is just definitely a clown. That's why I was like, I would never get like that. It's with one of my songs. It gets like viral. I would never get myself to be super big headed to the point where I'm over here talking about I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, I'm better than you, and then started to like call everybody out of their name, because that's a gentleman. There is a such thing as what goes around comes around. A lot of people want to forget about that. A lot of people want to forget what goes around comes around. What you put in is what you will receive. So it's all you want to do is put out negative energy. Don't be surprised if you receive that in return. I ain't wondering how he got kicked out. Why he got kicked out of Fresh and Fit. That's why just everybody just join me on this live stream. You're the real MVP. And do not, and if you are an artist, if you got a song out there that's going viral right now, do not act like that dude, because that's a quickly way to lose followers and fans is by you acting like that. That guy. Because I don't know how he's able to manage to stay famous after that. But y'all do MVP for joining me on this live stream. Cheers to you. And remember, you are smart, beautiful, kind, and wise, and you are the most important thing on this earth that has lots to offer on this earth, and don't let anybody tell you any different. That's right, you Latif, and you Detroit, you and you. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Don't let nobody tell you, because we are special in our own way that will make us special and unique. And cheers to you guys. Mm. 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 What's up, Lucy? Thanks for joining me on this live stream. You are the real MVP. Hope you're doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally this day. And I slept like a king last night. Yeah. I know Miami gotta be super hot over there, and packed full of visitors coming from all over the world. Because I know during the summer, that's when everybody heads over to Miami. In fact, shout out to Eric Kahn, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Kahn, I heard that Eric Kahn is supposed to be in Miami coming up in a couple of weeks. Shout out to Eric Kahn. Eric Kahn said that he's going to be at Miami in a couple of weeks. So if you're there, Musi, and if you're a fan of Eric Kahn, he said that he's going to be in your city in a couple of weeks. So therefore, I'm guessing this is some type of smoking event that's happening in your area. Because normally, when Eric Kahn is in somebody's city, it's something had to do with him being sponsored by a smoking brand. So if I were you, I'll check him out, because sometimes like he be like giving out like weed like for free, or he'd be like have you like do some type of like challenge or something where you have like take a blicker for like a 10-second hit blicker, and he give like a free or he give you money or give you some type of, or like you have a device. I remember I saw one of the videos where somebody went up to a random person and was like, hey, I'm telling you to do a blinker, and if you win, I give you like $100 cash, or I give you a free pen. So the person thought that was like he being set up. Said, nah, man, this is legit. Or the person thought that it's laced. So nah, this is legit. Look, I'm taking a hit. Look. It's legit, bro. It's legit. So that it's like all right, I'll try to do this challenge, and they end up like some of them end up doing it, some end up failing, but yeah, they're having a pop up then concert some days later. Okay, Miami going viral for real. My plug be there next into the. I know, right? Miami is definitely the spot to be during the summer. That's why I encourage everybody to try to stay fit. So when you do get to Miami, your body will be able to. You'll be able to walk around shirtless instead of you walking around with you all covered up, because you got a jelly roll belly. I don't got that problem though. As a matter, like you can see. And I'm not even holding my stomach in either. That's me trying to push my stomach out. And that's normally how people would suck in their stomach, trying to make it look like they don't got no stomach. But I literally was trying to stick my stomach out. I couldn't even do it. I know, right? Jelly Roll Belly. You know how people have no shame of going out there shirtless, and they be the ones that have the most sloppiest bodies, the most rolls, the biggest bellies. They're the ones that have the most confidence, that have their shirts off. That's why I'm saying, make sure your body is nice and fit, so you can, when you do get to Miami Beach, you're able to go out shirtless, look like this. That's why every chance I get, I'm trying to work out, so I'm able to maintain my figure. I don't eat meat, but I used to be bigger, so it's like I feel skinny. I'm on the same boat as you, the teeth, because I used to eat meat as well. It's been exactly a year since I have eaten meat. I am strictly vegetarian, no meat, no, not even fish or seafood. I just eat just everything else but meat. Pretty much, ate everything else but meat. Therefore, I eat vegetables, mac and cheese, pizza, but no meat. So pretty much that's why I call myself a vegetarian, because that's the only thing I eat is either vegetables or mac and cheese or a vegetarian Chinese food, anything vegetarian related that's meatless. Don't eat meat, eggs, potato. Well, I don't eat. Well, I don't eat eggs either, because I eat the only eggs I eat is the vegan eggs. So the only thing I eat is cheese. That's the only thing I eat is cheese, and so that's why I say I'm a vegetarian, because only thing I eat is cheese, and as far as the animal product, yeah, it's cheese. I don't eat meat. I don't drink milk. I don't drink dairy. Maybe ice cream. Yeah, but not all like that. But other than that, to cheese and ice cream, and everything else is strictly vegetarian. I don't know, right? Vegan. I think everybody is have vegan and vegetarian is like mixed up, because being a vegan has everything to do with you have nothing to do with animal products. Even that it would go as far as you not wearing anything animal related. There's some clothes that made from animals that vegans won't wear. Like fur coats, for instance. Some fur coats made from animals. Did you know that? Did you know that some fur coats made from animals? Specifically squirrels, raccoons, bear, deer, other furry animals that turn them into fur coats. Especially like sheeps. They use sheep wool to make clothing with, aka cotton. So they use so some vegans, a lot of vegans. Yeah, that's what they call it. That's what separate for you being a vegan as a vegetarian. Vegan is there was nothing to do with animal products, even go as far as not wearing anything that's had to do with animals, cause and there was nothing that be tested on animals like lipstick, and there's some products that be tested on but onto animals. One of them is lipstick. They test on animals first before they give it to humans. And that's why they say there was nothing that be tested by animals. They want to be animal tested friendly. So that's what separates you being a vegetarian and a vegan. Vegetarian just means that you don't eat anything involved meat, and then you don't eat anything involved with meat. Being a vegan means that you will do nothing have anything to do with animals. Period. You don't eat the eggs. You don't eat because you eat the eggs on the cheese because the milk comes from the cow and that was nothing to do with animal products or stuff that's made from animals or be tested by animals. That's why they call themselves vegans. But that's the difference between a vegetarian and vegan and and then you also got pescatarian that means that they eat everything they eat everything but meat, but they do eat fish and seafood. Pescatarian means that you eat seafood but not meat, but not pork, chicken, or lamb, but other products. You don't eat. Being a pescatarian means that you eat seafood but not lamb food. There you go. That's way to put it. That's an appropriate example, appropriate way to give it to you guys. Being a pescatarian means that you only eat seafood and not lamb food. That's what being a pescatarian is. And then you got the carnivore diet. Then you got the carnivore diet. That means that you only eat meat. That means that you only eat. And let me point this out for you guys to prove that. And I don't want to sound like Wake and Bang Inc. and try to force you guys to become a vegetarian. I just want to point this out because this popped into my head. Because speaking of carnivore diet, this is guy named Ken Dominant, who had decided to go on this carnivore diet and not have anything that to do with. That means that he couldn't eat no bread, no carbs. Can't have no carbs, no bread, no sides. He gotta have strictly meat, like bacon, like ham, from beef to like steak, fish. He eat nothing but strictly meat. And do you know the comments that people was leaving Ken Dominant about him becoming a carnivore, him having a carnivore diet? People was literally saying that he putting his life at risk by him being in a carnivore diet because it's nothing but strictly fat and saturated fat and sugar and how that could easily clog your arteries and that's the quickest way to age you quicker is by you by yourself eating nothing but meat and how you go find yourself in an early grave. People are really saying this about him being on a carnivore diet. So that should show you everything you need to know about is meat good for you or not. Brag about you being in a carnivore diet. Brag about you on the only meat diet. You on an all meat diet. And see the type of reaction you get from people. People are going to say that you really going to put your health at risk. You're going to have a heart attack. You're going to cause yourself have a heart attack. You're going to cause yourself to have a stroke. All that stuff involving him being in a carnivore diet. He said, I barely eat eggs and it's my survival food just in case I'm around people who eat breakfast. I can say I would have eggs. I would always say I can survive on just fruit too. Yeah, that's good. Because even Wake and Bake Inc. said that he would occasionally eat eggs. So that and he said that he found even he said that he eat eggs, so that he can't even call himself a vegan because he eat eggs and he found it to be tasty and delicious. So that he said that he's not gonna start eating eggs anytime soon. He said that he's not gonna start eating eggs anytime soon because that's how good. And that once in a while he found himself having double eggs. So everybody has their weakness, you know. but not everybody has a, well, unless you're a vegan, well, even vegans find themselves could have themselves having a poor diet, because guess what? It's also vegan. French fries and beer. French fries and beer is also vegan. So that's because it's vegan doesn't mean that it's always good for you. That's strictly because it's vegan. Because remember, like I said, French fries and beer is also vegan, as well as juice. Some juice is also vegan, but some of them has lots of sugar added to it. Let me show you. Let me see it. Let's see if this. There you go. There you go. Let me see if he still have it on here. He pretty much was going in on this guy from he pretty much going in on this guy because he decided to go in on a all carnivore diet.
Do it, and he plays with the carnivore diet and the vegan diet.
And shout out to KDRC. Shout out to KDRC. Make sure to subscribe to KDRC. He going to explain to you how Ken Dominic chose to pick a carnivore diet is going to impact his health by becoming a carnivore diet.
And it's so ridiculous because we're almost at 4 years of him saying he's doing intermittent fasting, and he doesn't really do it. And he plays with the carnivore diet and the vegan diet, and he's dangerous now to people who may be in a vulnerable place with their own weight struggles. And they turn to this blithering idiot with no education and no willingness to do research, and he insists on eating junk food all the time, and we know that he's a big drinker. He's appealing to...
Oh yeah, guess what? Guess how old this guy is, by the way. Guess how old this guy is. This guy is the same age as Shelton. He is 57 years old. But do he look like the same age as Shelton? Or do he look older? Do he look like the same age as Shelton or older? Alright, look, there's Shelton. Mind you, they're both the same age, by the way. They're both the exact same age. Who looks younger and who looks older? Between Wake and Bang Inc. and Ken Dominic. Wake and Bang Inc. They're both the same age. They're both 57, by the way. They're both 57. They're both the exact same age. No, nobody older, nobody younger. They're both the exact same age, 57. But look who looks older. He's a vegetarian, and he's on a carnivore diet. And who looks older? I know, right? He does look younger than Ken Dominic. and they both look and yet they're the same age. And guess what the diet difference is? Shelton's on a vegetarian diet versus him on a carnivore diet. And you see the major difference in looks, even though they both are the exact same age, all because one is eating meat and the other isn't. Look, check it.
People who are vulnerable and offering himself as a friend. So they take an interest in him ongoing, which gives him another revenue stream and is just so disgusting. This charlatan hack work doesn't have to be on YouTube. I wish he would just go start a website and do his crazy snake oil journey and try to make money that way, because it doesn't qualify as creative material. It's just him pretending to be on a weight loss journey and saying, stick with me. He's going to say, I'll rely on you, you rely on me. So it might get a little dry in places, yet please stick with it. And I got some funny Carol footage at the very end. So that's what's going to be going on with this.
If you guys are struggling with weight loss, stick together. Stick together with me. You know, I'm here to support you. You guys are here to support me. 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 You guys are here to support.
Let's see the part where.
From midnight tweets
Let's see the
to
part where he
drinking
was eating
bleach
the.
to tear gassing.
I want to see the part where he was eating the. Oh my bad, yeah. I made the light just bright on you. My bad. Hold on. Hold on for a second. Hope everybody do well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day. Something kissing grace last night. Thank y'all for joining me on this live stream. You shouldn't have to be here, but you are, and for that, I thank you guys. There we go. Look at that. This Ken Dominic's usual diet. Look at them. They're all the same age, by the way. They're all like 57. Look how old they are. That's his son. Well, those two, father and son. But look at what they're eating. Nothing but meat, pork, cheese. That's why you just said you are what you eat. That's why that says treat your body like you do your car, and don't just put anything in your body. Put something in the body. I mean, just like you do with car, put a certain specific stuff in your body that could benefit the car, instead of putting anything in the car that would could possibly damage the engine. You don't just put any fuel in your car because you know that it could damage your engine. That's how you should treat your bodies. Don't just put anything in your body. Be specific about what you put in your body to keep your body running at all times. The more you take care of your body, the more it will run for you. Just like a car. If you being reckless with your car and put anything in your car, put any type of gas in your car, it's not going to run and or last long. I've seen people had did this type of we did this type of we to make this type of videos when they try anything to see if it will run in a car, from liquor to vegetable oil to juice, syrup. This guy was trying. This guy tried to make to see if anything else went off. Make the engine run besides oil, regular gas oil, and he was putting all type of crazy stuff in it, from alcohol. He put alcohol in his gas tank. He'll put syrup. I think he put vegetable oil in his gas tank. He put liquor in his gas tank. He tried everything to see if any type of liquid to see will it run, will it make it run, or do it really need gas to make the car engine run. Hold on. Take another hit of this. Even though it's talk, let's take another hit. If you got anything like a joint, your blunt, your bone, your bone vapors, your edibles, grab it and better take another hit. Cheers to you, gang, for joining. Cheers. Oh no, right? It was like, it was like definitely trying to find anything to see if it runs his car. Vegetable oil, all that type of stuff. Guys put vegetable oil in car. It said what happens. They make a video talk about what happens if you put vegetable oil in the engine. You won't believe it. So look, what happens if you put vegetable oil in your engine? You won't believe it. So look, customer stakes cars when enough says added cooking oil to engine. Put vegetable oil in your gas tank. Guys, woman pours water. Look, woman pours water into a car engine. They put water into a car engine. Look, this. Look, we put McDonald's fry grease in diesel truck. Look, that got 1 million views. We put McDonald's fried grease in a diesel truck. Be back, guys. Have to blow my nose. Yeah, that was doing all crazy stuff. Just to see if it runs. Especially because ever since Joe Biden became president of the United States, that's the first thing that went up. What's the first thing that went up when Joe Biden became president of the United States? What was the first thing that went up when Joe Biden became president of the United States? What's the first thing that went up? Did anybody know what was the first thing that went up when Joe Biden first became president?
Notice that the price at the pump is going up. According to AAA, the current price of gas in Greater Sacramento is $4.94. Last year, $4.76 at this time. And we've been seeing gas prices kind of fluctuate over the last month or so.
Right. Many people have no idea why this increase is happening, but our Jordan Tolbert does. We find out today in Tolbert's traffic.
All right, so you may have noticed, gas prices seem a bit higher lately, and gas price expert Patrick DeHaan says it has to do with the time of year. So first, the state is beginning its transition to the summer gasoline mandated by the California Air Resources Board. Refineries are doing maintenance ahead of the summer season, and demand for gas is going up because it's warming up and people are traveling for spring break.
I'd hope that prices would spend the majority of the summer kind of really where they are now, the upper $4 range. If there are any refinery issues or major geopolitical issues overseas, that could briefly push us above $5.
And right now, DeHaan says prices could be inching up due to Ukrainian drone attacks on Russian refineries, because that may mean Russia would have to import gas from other areas, which could drive up gas prices globally. So DeHaan says California was the first state in the nation to start transitioning to the summer blends of gasoline, and ours is a strict formulation set by CARB. So DeHaan says we should be able to avoid the $6 mark we saw for average gas prices a couple of years back, and says without what he calls exceptional events, we may be able to spend a lot of the summer under that $5 mark. So good news there for gas prices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that is good news when you say it's not $6.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't ever have to see that again.
I know. I remember when I was moving to California, I remember that's when the gas prices were really high. So I was driving from Washington down, and I remember seeing it.
Oh, no.
Welcome to California. Your tax dollars are welcome here.
And definitely, people in California are paying more because every time you turn around, they either...
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch.
Because like I said, everything that the government is spending falls back into the taxpayers. One of them is the $20 raise that these fast food workers has gotten in California. And guess who's paying it? Guess who's paying for it? That's right, the taxpayers. Even though they're still firing thousands and thousands of people because they can't afford to get everybody this raise. Because they can't afford everybody this raise because this is mandatory. They are forced to fire people and lay off people. And it's not just it's all over the fast food industry, from McDonald's to Chipotle, all this fast food everywhere. If anything, I think damn near all jobs is at a hiring freeze. They on a hiring freeze, ladies and gentlemen. I hear because that is the reason why they couldn't find any more officers, is because they're on a hiring freeze. Especially in LA. And it's all due to budget cuts. And then they also bring up that because of budget cuts, it forced them to defund the police. That's right, they forced to defund the police is the reason why crimes have been taken over in Chicago, LA, New York, Detroit, Cleveland, places like in Oakland, places like I think of Dallas, places like Sacramento, places like especially downtown LA. Every time you turn around, all you see is somebody getting shot, stabbed. You can't. They even start to show where every time there's some type of event, there's some type of mass shooting. Some type of mass shooting ends up happening at the end. Look at this.
I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing.
Look, everything I've done in my career, I ran because of civil rights. I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
But Vice President Biden, do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America then?
No,
do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education. That's what I opposed.
Well, there was a failure of states to integrate public schools in America. I was part of the second class to integrate Berkeley, California public schools almost 2 decades after Brown v. Board of Education.
Because your city council made that decision. It was a local
decision. So that's where the federal government must step in. That's why we have the Voting Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act. That's why we need to pass the Equality Act. That's why we need to pass the ERA, because there are moments in history where states fail to preserve the civil rights of all people.
You hear what she says? You hear what she says? She says it's up to the federal government to step in every time when they make irrational decisions that as far as opposed busing. He said that it was the government's the governor idea for it's not his idea, but it was the governor. And then you said Harris said that that's when the Supreme Court should step in and overrule it. Just because it's exactly what's going on and on over this United States is your mayor and your governor is condoning lawlessness. That's why they are. That's why they find themselves defunding the police. Is the reason why crimes have been taken over the United States. Because nothing goes by the city unless the mayor knows about it, unless your mayor knows about it, unless your governor knows about it. Nothing is being overseas by nothing being overseas in your area unless it says so by your governor. That's why everybody was pissed off at the mayor of Chicago and pissed off at the mayor of the mayor of Atlanta, because they pretty much was using and abusing their power for personal and financial gain. Y'all know what happened with the super mayor and in Atlanta? How she got so much heat from pretty much banking money and used to spending the taxpayers' money on personal stuff. Tiffany Haddish. Look. The more controversial and about the mayor, you look. Let's start opening the news.
All democracies.
4 tickets issued from the village of Dalton, and each ticket is $500 a piece. That is $2,000 for tickets that I have here.
Dalton Park District President Cleo Jones says they were stunned last week when they received citations for doing work without a permit. He says 2 of the tickets were issued for spreading fresh mulch on district playgrounds.
So every year we replenish the mulch in the park to ensure that the safety of the kids are playing on a safe surface by playing on some healthy mulch. And we do this every year.
Have they ever asked for a permit before?
Never. Never in a million years.
The other 2 tickets appear to be for replacing old playground equipment with brand new equipment.
My response was, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What does the village have to do with the park district?
Jones believes the park district, a separate unit of government, is being targeted by controversial Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who's currently at the center of an FBI corruption investigation. The park district believes it's retaliation for allowing the 4 Dalton trustees opposed to Henyard to hold meetings at a park district field house after they were barred from Village Hall, including the meeting in which they appointed former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to investigate Henyard.
We do not play the politics here, and don't put us in the middle of politics by issuing us these political citations.
But it's not just mulch and swing sets. They say Henyard is holding up $600,000 in grants for the Park District, one from Blue Cross Blue Shield, the other from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources, by refusing to issue permits for the work.
As we have gone to the village for permitting and they have been unresponsive. I have a project manager that is working on that and they just refuse to give us the permits.
Dalton Park District Director Stephanie Lehman says if they don't get the permits in the next few weeks, the $400,000 grant to overhaul Blackstone Park with a new walking path and gazebo will expire. And taxpayers will have to eat $150,000 in money that's already been spent for the park's design.
What resident wants to look outside of their house and see beat up stuff? If we can upgrade these things and you're preventing it with a permit, the residents are suffering. They don't get to look out their door and see nice things because you're stopping it.
Just because we finish doing something safe for the community, upgrading our playgrounds. Why? Why are we receiving citations for doing upgrades to our playgrounds?
In Dalton, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
See? So.
Let's do it right now in front of her. Emma pretended to sleep as her fiance Nathan and her.
See, the FBI is investigating the mayor for the corruption of Tiffany from Atlanta. And it's not just the mayor of Atlanta. That's why it says mayor all over the United States is allowing gun violence to happen. And it's a real reason why gangs is able to run the streets. Because in order to able to let them run the streets, there have to be a say-so by the mayor or the governor. Y'all saw the movie called Original Gangsters? How you see the mayor negotiating himself with the gangsters and he's calling himself protecting the neighborhood, but all he's doing is passing the neighborhood over to the gangs and give him a reason to take over. Because anytime one of them commits a crime, they end up getting out the same day. All because of politics. And who's behind those politics mostly? It's normally the mayor. The mayor is helping release these people. They even call it the catch and release program. That's it, Germany. They even have a program called catch and release. They catch you, but then you get released like 24 hours later. So you get arrested, but you're only in jail for 24 hours, and then you get released. Or in order to get out, you have to pay the bond. It's normally like $33,000, like $10,000 something dollars or something like that. And everybody's like, that's not enough. Like I said, the reason why your city is going through gun violence and all this stuff is because one of the reasons is because of your mayor allowing it to happen. That's why you see the FBI is investigating mayors like Tiffany Haggard from Atlanta. Then also, don't forget about the mayor in Chicago. There another one that's being investigated. Look at this.
Questions about Mayor Brandon Johnson using campaign funds to pay for hair and makeup expenses for himself and other people tied to his campaign. The Chicago Sun-Times first
Mayor
reported that Johnson has spent more than $30,000 in 15 months. Election lawyers disagree if it's lawful. NBC5 political reporter Marianne Ahern joining us now with reaction. Marianne?
Allison, election law does not mention specifically hair and makeup. So depending on whom you ask, there is disagreement whether it's legal. He's not the first to use campaign funds this way, but in Johnson's case, he's using those dollars not just for himself, but others too.
Damn.
Last August, when we spoke to Mayor Brandon Johnson in a one-on-one interview, his makeup artist prepped him before we asked questions. Johnson is paying his makeup artist through his campaign donors. Likewise,
star now?
This hair salon in Austin is also paid with campaign funds. It's just 3 doors from his former county commission office. Johnson has expensed more than $32,000 from January of 2023 through the end of March of this year. Campaign records show the makeup artist was paid $28,000, the hair salon $4,000.
I would be hard pressed to say grooming is part of your governmental functions. That's not a function of government to look good.
Bert Olson is an attorney who specializes in election law. So does Michael Dorf.
The key is the law does not prohibit expenditures for grooming expenses, and it is absolutely clear that how you look is at least as important as what you say in any political situation.
The Illinois State Board of Elections says, quote, if you're making an appearance as mayor of Chicago and you hire a makeup and hair artist for the event, that would most likely be a legitimate use. But if you're using them for a strictly social event, there might be a stronger grounds for a complaint. You also can't pay more than fair market value for goods and services. During former Mayor Lightfoot's term, she expended $8,000 total for hair and makeup to her campaign funds.
If I was to pick a side here, I'd pick a side of being on the conservative side, following.
You're exactly right, Lateef. They are drunk with power. And this is why Shelton said that we should not have a president, because this is what happens when people find themselves in charge. Guess what happens? They end up getting drunk with power. They end up getting corrupt. They end up getting like they go to their heads, and next thing you know, that person using it for personal use instead of going there what the whole purpose was, which is help the American people and make it better for all of us. But instead, the place gets worse while they get rich. You hear what I just said? The place get worse while they get rich. That's the only thing that's happening. The world is getting, the country is getting, your state is getting worse while their pockets is getting fat.
Letter of law and not trying to stretch the law.
The campaign money was used not just for Johnson's makeup. In a statement to the Sun-Times, his campaign spokesman says the expenses were for the mayor and individuals associated with the campaign for public appearances, events, media segments, and other availabilities.
It's a political problem for him. It's a public relations problem. I don't think it's a violation of the Illinois Election Code.
We reached out to the mayor's office, who told us contact his campaign office. That spokesman did not return our calls. Alex?
Very interesting, Marianne. Thank you.
You said you did not put my phone calls.
Right now at 4:30, disorder in the...
He said she did not put my phone calls. I wonder why. Because maybe you caught them in a lie, so... And they're like, man, not to deal with this chick trying to expose me. This chick got the nerve to expose me, they had the nerve to call me. I'll put you on the annoyed list. They said don't even cost that much. Oh, I was tripping. I know, right? They had the nerve to hire himself as a freaking whole stylist. Not just makeup for hair too. I'm like, you need a hair and a makeup artist? I thought females only supposed to do that. I thought females are only one is supposed to be known for getting their haircut, their makeup, having makeup artists, and getting their hair done. But even then, not even them having their own personal hairstylist and a freaking how you call it a makeup artist. Look like the dude trying to become a star. If anything, not become a mayor, not to be a mayor, but to be a star. And then he goes around and put curfew out to teens.
Your worst fears were realized. What is the...
And then he put a curfew out for teens because said she wanted to defund the police and have less cops out there. Now teens are out there pretty much out killing unaliving each other. So now he put out a whole curfew on teens this time of year.
He discusses that proposed 8 p.m. curfew for teens in the city. Political reporter Paris Schutz is live from City Hall with the latest for us. Paris?
Yeah, Sylvia, in Terrence, Second Ward Alderman Brian Hopkins says it was police in his district that came to him asking for an earlier curfew for unaccompanied minors. So under this proposed ordinance, kids would have to be off the street in Streeterville and downtown after 8 p.m. or accompanied by an adult.
Had they had the ability to break this crowd up, they knew they were underage, they could have potentially prevented that attack that caused great bodily harm to that young couple. The groups are gathering earlier. They're gathering on the beach. You know, the beach closes at 11 p.m. The curfew kicks in at 10 p.m. So an ordinance like this can help remove the young people a little bit earlier and get them safely home.
So Hopkins there is referencing that attack that happened to that young couple last week in Streeterville. He's saying if this ordinance was in place, perhaps cops could have come and broken these crowds up. The current curfew is 10 p.m. It's unclear how it's really enforced. Hopkins says police wouldn't arrest the unaccompanied minor, simply remove them, take them to the nearest police station, and then contact an adult to take them home. Now, you may remember former Mayor Lightfoot instituted a 6 p.m. curfew at Millennium Park on weekends. Current Mayor Brandon Johnson has yet to rescind this curfew, but he says He has a lot of questions about this Hopkins ordinance.
If a young person has to be accompanied by an adult, what is the definition of an adult? Is it an 18-year-old? Is it a 19-year-old? Is it a 21-year-old? These are just reasonable questions. And, if a child is downtown at 8:01 with an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old friend, does that count as the accompaniment?
Clearly, the mayor in opposition to this, several aldermen in opposition. Hopkins would face an uphill battle here, but he mentions that ShotSpotter vote where aldermen who wanted to keep ShotSpotter defeated the mayor by a pretty sizable margin. He thinks that this vote might break down along similar lines. Terrence and Sylvia, back to you.
All right.
Said Chicago is a complete mess over there. They're dealing with all type of violence. They even show at one point of a man being removed because he was so pissed off about what's going on in Chicago. I don't know if you guys saw that, but look, check this out.
We first showed you this exclusive video last night. A man taken out of a chaotic city council meeting in handcuffs. It happened in South Suburban Harvey.
Only on 2 tonight, that man shared his side of the story with our Charlie DeMar. He's live in the newsroom for us right now. Charlie?
Joe and Erica, and tonight we have that man's cell phone video, his perspective of the entire incident, and he claims there is no reason that he was placed in handcuffs. Just minutes into a Harvey City Council meeting Thursday, Ryan Sinwelski was taken away in handcuffs, cited for disorderly conduct. After he was released, he shared these pictures of his wrists.
Grabbed my neck, which you saw in the video, like extremely aggressively. They were super rough with my hands, way rougher than they needed to be.
Sinwelski was standing and recording the meeting on his cell phone. This is his video.
Right.
He could be heard commenting and reacting to parts of the meeting.
The next item on the agenda is
That's when Sinwelski says,
Then all of a sudden I just felt this police presence out of nowhere.
Harvey police officers approach and ask him to leave.
They're trying to make me, they're trying to kick me out of the meeting right now.
There is nothing wrong with your recording, but please come to order. When you will be removed.
Nothing said out of order, nothing, no profanity, nothing rude. This is pure intimidation.
You know what? We're not doing this. Remove him, please.
How dare you? I didn't want to just go out quietly because it's like, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong or illegal. There's no reason for you to remove me out of this meeting other than you don't like me.
Sinwelski says he believes he was targeted for participating in and documenting a rally earlier this week opposing Mayor Clark's policy of collecting fees from businesses with delinquent property tax bills.
It shouldn't have to take people getting arrested, myself getting arrested to get attention.
We asked Mayor Clark about the incident.
I told him that filming was permissible, but he needed to come to order. He did not come to order.
Mayor Clark loves to tell people they're out of order. He tells it to everybody. Basically, it just means, I don't like what you have to say, shut up.
And today, Ryan filed a complaint against those officers who detained him. He says he was in custody for a few hours before he was released with that citation. We are live tonight in the control room. I'm Charlie DeMar, CBS 2 News. Joe and Erica.
Thank you, Charlie.
I have found the answer.
So he said that because he told Dub not to record. But then he was saying that's the reason why he got kicked out. That he was saying that that's no reason for you to be aggressive with me over the video camera. He said he gripped his by his neck like, "Come here, boy." He like literally gripped his neck up like this. "Come here, boy." That's crazy. He showed him how he was. He showed him how he got marked around his wrist and for being overly aggressive by that guy. I don't know, right? He looked like you know how like a bouncer be when he kick you out of the club, how he make you look extra small, but then they had the nerve to be all rough with you, and then throw you out like your name is Carlton or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Ah! Hold up. Fresh Prince Bel-Air thrown out. Look. That's how the bouncers be when they kick you out of the club. They treat you like your name is like your name is Jazz from the Fresh of Bel-Air. You be like this. Ah! That's how the guy was treated at the courtroom. They was manhandled like his name was Jazz, and that was Philip Banks. On the deputy said that literally had him in handcuffs. And also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you ever stop to think, how do these criminals get their hands on these weapons? Because every time you read the news, every time you hear the news, they said what type of weapon they managed to get their hands on, whether it's an AR-15 or an automatic rifle. All these military type weapons they are able to get their hands on, but yet they have criminal records, and everybody knows that you can't own and buy and purchase a gun with a criminal record. So how are these criminals are able to get their hands on these weapons? Houseway. You ain't got the answer, Sway. You ain't got the answer, Sway. This is how, ladies and gentlemen, this is how criminals get their hands on drugs and guns. Check this out.
The Klan ain't got to go out and kill blacks no more. We just drop off some liquor in their town and some guns, and they do it themselves. It was my option every weekend. I would go up to Chicago with a big truck full of whiskey and crack, marijuana, and a ton of guns and bullets, and tell them have at it and just drop it off right in the middle of town. And then go home and watch them on Monday morning news and laugh the whole time.
What's the most important thing you've learned in your life?
To never turn my back on God. He'll always be there for me. And like I said, the Klan's a religious movement. When I was younger, I really wasn't into religion, but and I see there's a whole new generation coming up that are basically atheists. And I feel sorry for them, so I try to reach out to people about the Bible and the goodness of the Bible. And, God's there for everybody who's there willing to listen.
What do you encourage them in your life?
See? You hear what you said? You hear what you just said? You said that...
Cheryl, more than...
You said that because... Remember back in the day, the Ku Klux Klan used to be responsible for the demise of African American people, specifically people of color. You hear stories of, especially with come to down south. You hear people hear stories of black people getting lynched and getting hung, getting all this get murder and kidnap, all this type of stuff happened to them under the hands of the Ku Klux Klan. But since that we no longer see those type of things happening, guess what we're seeing more instead? Guess what we see more instead? More gun violence within the black and the brown communities. And like I said, how are these guys who have criminal records get their hands on these military type weapons like an AR-15 or a rifle or an automatic? How all these people get their hands on those type of weapons and drugs like fentanyl? How are they able to get their hands on fentanyl? And how are they even get their hands on green? You ever stop to think of how your favorite plug got shut their hands on green? If it's not for the, if it did come from the dispensary, if it didn't come from the dispensary, where did it come from? Well, that's how they get it, folks. Courtesy of a Ku Klux Klan member you see in the video, spilling the beans, saying that on occasionally he drop off guns and drugs to places like Chicago, and then go back and turn on the news and watch gun violence run rapidly in their city. Like Chicago. He even said specifically Chicago. And whose city is dealing with the most gun violence today? Chicago, right? Chicago is dealing with the most gun violence. Gun violence in Chicago.
Gun violence in Chicago.
The truth is, my son is gone. He will never bring him back. My friend was killed on her way home from school.
Turning tragedy into hope and action.
Everything my friend was killed on her way home from school.
Turning tragedy.
Wow, this friend was killed on her way home from school. Look, gun violence in Chicago. They got the point where they got a whole documentary about gun violence in Chicago. That's how bad gun violence has gotten in Chicago. And what did that Ku Klux Klan member just said about Chicago? How he dropped weapons off in places like Chicago, and then turn on the news, and what do you see? And what do you see? Oh, wow. The baby got shot. The kid got shot. You saw that? Out of nowhere, a drive-by shooting just hit. What? Look at that. He was just walking. The mom and the baby were just. The mom and the kid were just walking down the street, and out of nowhere, they was hit by a drive-by shooting. Look. Oh. See? That wasn't ain't like that was a regular man that was just talking on. That was a kid and the mom and the kid just walking by randomly, and just out of nowhere the kid got hit with a drive-by shooting in Chicago. Look at this.
Chicago police
This
have
also
released
happened in Chicago.
new surveillance video of these 3 suspects. Watch that car there that's moving. This is a July homicide in the Chatham neighborhood. This happened near 86th and State on July 26th. So you see the 3 people there. They get out of that Dodge Durango, that all-black car.
Look at that.
They shoot the victim, a 31-year-old man by the name of Anton Benoit. He was just standing in the parking lot of the Shell station.
Nowhere.
And then after they shot him, they ran over him with the car. This, as they were trying to get away from the scene. That victim sadly died from his injuries.
See? At random, that person, those people just hop out the car and start firing. Like some action movie, like we're in some action movie. You ever saw the movie called The Last Action Hero featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger? Remember that kid had the ticket and he found himself in the movie. He was like, oh my God, this is a real life movie. And every time he turn around, he being shot at. He being chased after by criminals, and all he's surrounded by is guns, is explosions, and a wild car chase. What is happening right now in 2024? We seen nothing but you're getting shot at. You see bust up explosions, and on occasionally being chased after by criminals. Is this some type some type of movie that we are secretly have found ourselves being a part of and don't even know it? Let me find out that we are secretly being put into a movie like they did on The Last Action Hero, where he woke up and found himself in a whole movie. Oh my God, I'm in on the Schwarzenegger movie. And then you thinking that because you're in an action movie that you can't die. So now you're just out here just shooting up people because you can't die, thinking that you can't die. Yeah, yo, let's go shoot up the bad guys because it wins at the end. This is exactly how these teams are treating. That's exactly what these teams are doing. They're treating guns like it's an action movie. Every time you turn around, they literally treat it like it's an action movie. They literally will pull up and all in groups, and they all will pull out together. And then you saw how there was like they pulled a Sylvester Stallone, and they both was like using 2 hands. They both were using 2 hands to shoot at the ops or whatever. Like you see in action movies, like a Steven Seagal movie, or like a Set It Up movie, but you see them using 2 guns. You could tell they watched too much gangster movies growing up. You could tell, because that is something that you would see in gangster movies. How you just pull up and just start shooting at random people. Like it was all a setup. Like they was like all this like to set together. It was like, what movies should we imitate today? I don't know. Let's imitate. Let's do the Set It Off routine. Let's go rob a bank. Let's go rob a bank like they do in Set It Off. Well, not we bored, so let's go viral and rob a bank like they do in Set It Off movie. There are literally people that do that, find themselves imitating movies just because it's cool. So let's go do what they do in movies. One of them is commit crime and doing drugs because they saw it in movies, or they find themselves visiting cities and places and towns all because they saw it in movies. You ever seen videos where they showed the house that was in movies and they went to see it just because they saw it in the movie? For instance, the Scarface scene. Y'all remember the Scarface scene that took place in Miami? How everybody wants to like go there and film themselves going to that same spot where Tony Montana was meeting up in Miami, was like, hey man, we over there, and the guy was like, hey man, we over there talking about this and that. Look, we're missing the action. They literally will go up to that part and they literally will have people make videos them going to the people's houses or places that sit in movies. Like they showed this guy did a video of how he saw the pool house that was in San Francisco. How he took a whole video of what the outside house looked like from the pool house. And then they also show videos of them having a real life kit car from the TV series called Knight Rider. Then we have a real life kit. Look. Family Matters house.
Family Matters house.
See, look. The real Family Matters house. Do you remember the show Family Matters? TV series with Steve Urkel? Somebody had make a video of them going up to the real life Family Matters house. You can see by the picture. They also did the one for Full House, and they did the one, and they also did show the video. Also did a video of them doing the drone shot of the house where it looked like, you know how the scene of the Family Matters where you see them using the helicopter to go up past the house, but as they zoom in into the Family Matters house, this guy was doing that with the drone. He was using the drone to capture the very exact scene from the Family Matters when they was zooming into the house from above. He was using the drone for that. I was like, wow, that looked cool. That was cool. Drone footage. So look, another person. Chicago Family Matters House Part 2. See how people would go out of their way to make a video of them being in front of the famous house that's seen in movies and TV shows. They would get 8,000 views. Yeah, so a lot of people have been making videos of them going to the houses of people's, the people's houses that were in movies and TV shows. Yeah, so that's exactly why your crime has been rapidly taking over the city. It's because your mayor has been allowing gangs to take over your city and pretty much have the KKK member drop off weapons to cities like Chicago and have the criminals just take it and go crazy on their own citizens, but make your mayor corrupt as F. Because think about it, ladies and gentlemen, why would you defund your police knowing that means that your crime is going to go up due to less policing? And then you have a KKK member drop off weapons off to places like Chicago and knowing that this whole thing is a whole big setup, you guys. The whole thing is a whole big setup. That's why nobody trusts the government. Nobody trusts nobody trusts the president. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, because nobody trusts and dislikes the president, every time your president makes an appearance, guess what happens? Look.
The United States of America will never ever be questioned. Some of my Republican friends want to take the economy hostage.
Look, it says President Joe Biden booed heckle at State of the Union address. President Biden gets booed.
Get it? Unless I agree to their economic plans. All of you at home should know what those plans are. Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans,
look at this. It's like this is
want
a piece of
Medicare and
crap.
Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's the majority.
Look at that. Damn.
Contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion. You know, it means if Congress doesn't keep the programs the way they are, they'd go away. Other Republicans say, I'm not saying it's a majority of you. I don't even think it's even a significant, but it's being proposed by individuals. I'm not politely not naming them, but it's being proposed by some of you. Folks,
look at this. Everybody's outraged about this guy's decisions.
That we're not going to be moved into being threatened to default on the debt if we don't respond. Folks,
though President Biden, what was going on is, by you not responding is the reason why our borders is in trouble, because you are failing to respond. That's the reason why we are dealing with the border crisis, because he is failing to respond. And you wonder why people are mad and pissed off and getting booed, and you wonder why you get booed out of the building. Look, it's other times where he got booed.
Mr. President, are you concerned about a potential UAW strike, sir?
They booing his ass. they're booing his ass. They're like, boo.
Jobs that are being displaced because of new jobs, they should know that the first choice should go to the UAW job.
I said, boo.
Salary should be commensurate.
CC Donald Trump's election, are you? Are you on the ballot?
I didn't see it on television. Listen, what brought down these airplanes? Have you got any solid information about that? I'm not at liberty to speak to that precisely, but as you know, because you and I talked about it.
I bet y'all don't
flying out Chicago.
That's what the base stand up here.
We're trying to nail down precisely. I don't have any understanding about that.
Can you say anything about the uptick in COVID cases and the new variant?
Yes, I can. Matter of fact, I signed off this morning on a proposal to present to the Congress a request for additional funding for the new vaccine that works. And tentatively, not decided finally, tentatively, it is recommended that it would likely be recommended that everybody get it, no matter what they got.
What was your take of the Republican debate on that scenario?
See, everywhere he goes, Joe Biden gets booed out of the building. What's up, Sid? Thank you for joining me on this live stream. You're the real MVP. Hope you have slept like a king last night and doing well physically, mentally, and emotionally on this day. And don't forget, hit the like button for your boy. I really appreciate that. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. And for that, I'm going to take this hit for you. For joining us on this live stream, the hit goes out to you. Cheers, gang. And then, remember, stay hydrated during this hot summer days. Stay hydrated, especially in places that is like California and Miami. I mean, in Florida, in places where it's really, really hot. And also, my condolences to people that live in California that are dealing with the wildfires. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I remember Waking Bay Inc. was saying that he was predicting that something was going to happen, and I think he was saying that one of us is going to be wildfires, because we haven't had that in a while. And guess what is happening with California? We got lots of wildfires happening in California. California seem what's going through pretty much the white LA is pretty. I mean, California is pretty much on fire right now. Wildfire, California. Look.
All right, welcome back in here to Live and Now from Fox. I'm Andy Mack. Thank you so much for joining us as it's almost 1 o'clock on the West Coast as we're following a developing story right now about a wildfire burning just north of Los Angeles. I want to put up some of this video here on Live Now from Fox about this as we're detailing it as this wind-driven wildfire burning north of Los Angeles, creating unhealthy air quality throughout Southern California, exploding in size to more than 12,000 acres in 24 hours. Here's a post right now from the Los Angeles County Fire Department saying police continue to monitor this for updates. The website also activated to provide emergency information related to this, the post-fire. I do want to bring into the conversation right now here on Live Now from Fox about this here. CAL FIRE Captain Sheila Kelleher-Burko. Thank you again for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. And we know it has jumped from about 10,000 acres to 12,000 acres. What's the latest you can tell us on this fast-moving fire?
You're right. Everything you said there is right on point. It is a wind-driven fire, and it has exploded overnight. We're at 12,300 acres at only 2% containment. So you can imagine how hard everybody is working. It started at the southern part of the fires where we're really working to contain it, and it's coming down to the southeast side by Pyramid Lake, which has been closed, and they've had about 1,200 people evacuated from the Hungry Valley Park area. So everybody's on high alert. You got to stay vigilant. Those winds are going to kick up to probably 30-mile-an-hour gusts around 8 p.m. tonight, and over those passes, more like 65-mile-an-hour gusts. So it's our job to work incredibly hard to see how much we can get contained today before those winds kick back up.
Yeah, that is some scary. We're just putting up some images of this fire, and you can see it overnight there, just north, about an hour north of Los Angeles and kind of the Gorman area as well. And you mentioned the evacuations. Do we have any more information about maybe who is evacuated, how many people are evacuated, and if there might be more evacuations coming soon?
Yeah, they've got a few areas on the radar for that. Cal State Park Services, they have evacuated about 1,200 people from that Hungry Valley Park area, so they're assisting with that. We are working with CHP and LA County Sheriffs and a bunch of other agencies to facilitate those evacuations. So as they come to us, we're going to put those up immediately on our LA County Fire PIO website.
All right, that is very good, because obviously people need to be informed, because this is moving very rapidly. And I think I heard the report 2% contained as well. How would we get that maybe number a little bit higher, maybe a little bit more comfortable with where the fire's at?
That is just a coordinated attack with our ground crews and our air crews. Because it is the wind-driven fire, that's what's making it challenging. So we're doing everything that we can. Yeah, we throw a bunch at it, and they'll get a lot more containment probably today. So do what we do best and really get after it.
Yeah, and can you tell me maybe how many people, how many organizations are fighting this fire right now? Because it is close in proximity to a major metropolitan area, not that far off. Maybe how many crews, how many people maybe on hand battling this at this point?
Talk about hell on earth.
At this point, we've got well over 70 engines. We've got well over 400 people. We've got people from Angeles National, Los Padres, Ventura, CAL FIRE. So a lot of people are throwing everything they have at this.
Yeah, and can you kind of give us an understanding, too? We're heading into a hot month, some of the drier months as well. How much of that is a concern right now? And as CAL FIRE, we battle fires year in and year out. Maybe how much experience do you have? And maybe what are we doing moving forward with just the known heat and wind in the area?
With a fire this early in the season, this big, this just should put everybody on high alert. Because we are just here in June. And as we know, our true fire season technically starts September, October, November. So to have one this big, this early in the season, that should have everybody's hairs on the back of their neck standing up and being prepared.
Yeah.
And I really believe we all are. Yeah, we're looking to do that.
Yeah, on high alert. That is certainly something very dire, as you can just see maybe the wind knocking over your phone, but we appreciate your time. Yeah, that's just what we're doing. And you talked about the wind. Can we get into that a little bit more? How much are we monitoring the wind, not only the speed, but the direction to try to curtail some of this fire?
You know, that's just one aspect of the fire that's constantly being monitored by our crews to understand which way it's shifting. We have a huge command center post, and everybody's working together, getting the latest information. As you see me sitting out here right now, we have a huge gust coming up right now, about 20 miles. So it's something that's constantly being monitored. It has to be. So when we're putting out the logistics and the planning, those are the things that are all taken into account.
Yeah, that is a very good point. A lot of different factors going into this. My other question for you is I put up just kind of this XRAD monitor just to show some of the temperatures, but also the highways in the area. And Gorman, they're kind of near the I-5. Can you give me an understanding? Because that's a major artery to Los Angeles area, Southern California. How close right now is this fire, are you, to the I-5 there in Southern California?
I mean, it's close. I don't know if you guys remember a few years back, we had the route fire, which actually closed down part of the I-5. So right now it's at the other side. So we're okay in this shape, but you never know with the wind shifting which way that could go. So as soon as anything does change condition-wise, we'll get that out immediately. And those alerts go out, and we have a system that helps let everybody know how to, where the evacuations are, where the road closures are. So all that's being monitored.
All right. Thank you so much, Sheila. Any timeline moving forward? Kind of what are we looking at over the next 12, 24, 48 hours there from CAL FIRE's perspective about this one?
Listen, if we can keep, from what the weather report shows, the temperatures are going to come down just a little bit. The winds are going to pick up into the evening hours, and then they'll die back down. So we're hoping that gives us some time to really get a little bit more control over this. But 24 hours should show a big difference for us.
All right, we'll keep an eye on this one. Thank you so much for all you do for all those fire crews out there battling this fire right now, this post-fire growing to about 12,000 acres.
Speaking of rain, did you know that while Dad was dealing with the fire and in Florida, that was dealing with the water, with the hurricane. I heard that it rained so much in Florida that it literally flooded all the way up to like 13, 14, 15 inches of rain piled up all in one night in Florida. So while LA was dealing with the fire, Florida was the one who was dealing with the rain and the floods. And it should be California the one that hit with the floods to take out the fire, but instead it hits Florida. Florida flooding.
Florida flooding. That catastrophic flooding in Florida. Millions of Americans waking up still under a flood watch. ABC's Faith Abube joins us live in Miami, where some areas saw more than 2 feet of rain. Faith, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning to you, Janae. There's a break from the heavy downpours this morning, but you can see behind me this road still flooded. There's a vehicle in the distance that's been abandoned. A lot of this area was impassable just last night, but right now it looks like the water is receding. However, this is not yet over.
This morning, Florida residents dealing with the aftermath of those devastating rain-soaked storms with millions still under flood watch.
Florida was dealing with water.
Florida counties under a state of emergency. Officials in Miami-Dade County deploying trucks to rescue citizens.
Lots of it.
The water rendering roads impassable, cars abandoned. Our Victor Oquendo was on the ground, seeing the impact up close.
Oh wow! Look how much water is still inside his house. So a lot of things got damaged. This is me trying to save what I can.
We're plowing through the flooded streets of a South Tampa neighborhood. People seen here wading through the water.
Yeah, look at that.
Others trying to drive through the flooding.
It's not going down that much. I mean, especially in the house, I cannot go out because the water is higher outside than the inside.
With over 2 feet of rain falling in the area, Governor Ron DeSantis declaring a state of emergency.
The state's got about 90 water pumps that are either being in use or are available for use.
Officials warning residents to avoid flooded areas.
You only have to drive through about 6 inches of water to end up having a problem with your vehicle. Some of that water may very well be contaminated. So please do not walk through it. Do not allow your children to play in it.
And with the flood watch that was supposed to expire last night has now been extended through tonight, homeowners here are weary and they're ready to start assessing the damage.
Just incredible what that community is going through. Faith, thank you so much. Let's get more of the forecast now from Samara Theodore. Samara, good morning to you. Is there a break in sight?
Good morning. Yes, there is. We're almost there, but there's still more rain to come. This was a significant
event. Got more rain to come.
In fact, there's only a 4% chance of a rain event happening like this in any given year for Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And it's there where they saw 20 inches plus in that region, Collier County, just over 25 inches. All of this due to this area of high pressure pumping in that deep tropical moisture. So what's going to happen in the hours to come? We still have a flood watch in effect. The grounds are completely saturated. There's nowhere for this rain to go. So even the slightest bit of rain could cause flooding from Fort Lauderdale down to Homestead. That is through today. By this evening, we start to see tapering off, and tomorrow looks mostly dry.
See, while the West Coast is dealing with the fire due to the lack of rain, places like Miami, places like Dubai is dealing with too much of rain to the point where the whole city is damn near flooded. So I know people. I know. As soon as you said, that definitely need to rain over there. People in Dubai and Miami is like, you wanna rethink that because we got rain, and as you can see, damn near all stuff is underwater. So I don't think you would. And remember, the last time it rained in LA, it rained the exact same way as Miami and Dubai. They got so much of it all at once, to the fact that it flooded the entire street. Look.
This morning, a worst-case scenario. Northern California's Pajaro River levee failing. 100-foot rupture sending water downstream, flooding homes and farms. Door-to-door evacuations and more than 60 water rescues.
We were able to evacuate 2/3 of Pajaro. The other people who stood behind to try to gather their things are now trapped behind the water line.
More than 8,500 people forced to evacuate countywide. Residents warned not to use the tap water. California blindsided by an atmospheric river. Life-threatening flash flooding in some places. Residents trapped by washed-out roads in others.
Folks, we are not done yet.
4 million people in the West remain under flood alerts, with as much as 3 more inches of rain expected in some places through Sunday.
We're stranded. We're not going anywhere unless it's an emergency.
And in the High Sierra, another 8 inches to 2 feet of snow is possible. The worry there, this tropical system melting part of a historic snowpack, leading to more flash flooding and avalanches in communities already trapped under feet of snow. In Gilroy, California, heartbreak.
We have nothing else.
The Silva family's home flooded back in January. After losing nearly everything, they stayed behind and rebuilt. But as they prepared to move back in, the floodwaters rose again, this time ruining everything they had left, including their crops.
We're not quite sure what we're going to do because everything that we had is destroyed.
The cruel reality of what once felt like California's unlikeliest threat, too much water.
Too much water. And this is not over as rescue crews continue to scour the state and residents pick up the pieces. Another atmospheric river is forecasted to strike as early as tomorrow. Willie?
Absolutely relentless. Steve Patterson in Central California this morning. Steve, thanks so much.
See, this is what happens when you think with water. They end up having too much of it and end up turning to this. It said Kaplan we're being hit on all fronts from every element possible, having asked. But it's crazy, everywhere is being hit by floods and fires, earthquakes. I know, right? The real question is, is it man-made or is it natural disasters? Man-made, or because there's some incidents where I heard that fire had been started on purpose. Y'all remember the incident where y'all remember the Hawaii fire? Everybody said the Hawaii fire was started on purpose because to seize the property of the people in Hawaii, because as soon as that got hit with the fire, they only was given $700 to repair their homes, and property, $700, and that's how people were saying that the fire in Hawaii was set up. That's why I was like, do you think those events will involve fire and the weather? Is it man-made or is it natural disasters? rain by lightning. Rain by lasers. Rain by lasers.
What if you could fire a laser at the sky and make it rain? Oh, that sounds more interesting. Dave Malkoff explains.
Just another stormy, wet afternoon in central Florida. But what if you could pick up all this rain and move it where it's needed? Texas or California? What if a laser could start the rain?
So you can almost use it to set it off.
Matt Mills got into lasers as a kid.
It's just innately cool.
Now he's part of a team of scientists and military backers on the cutting edge of a new technology, making lasers powerful enough to reach up here into the sky where a thunderstorm is just about to start. In the near future, a push-button storm starter could be a real thing.
Just imagining this situation. If there was a rain cloud that was going to pass over an area of drought and not rain, you could, theoretically induce the rain and get the rain where it's needed.
That storm starter isn't the laser beam itself, but rather a pumping energy that comes off of much higher power beams than this one. The problem is those pops have always had trouble getting into the sky. Now Matt has discovered a way to get the laser to pop all the way in the clouds.
Look at that.
In theory, that's what starts a storm. We created a cloud of our own behind Matt's lab. A few months ago, Matt's colleagues in Arizona got this working experimentally. The next step is to get it to work in the sky.
The particles in the air are rubbing together, forming static electricity, and the conditions are now right. And they just need to be triggered now.
Does this concern you that you may be messing with Mother Nature and doing something that you don't completely understand up here in the cloud?
I know, right?
I mean, I suppose that's always a danger,
Mother
but
Nature.
we're not even near to the case where it could be dangerous yet, so not too much.
It's almost like an on-off switch for a thunderstorm.
That's the idea behind it.
Right here in the cloud.
Yep.
In Orlando, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
Absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. And it could change a lot of things, like these areas of drought that we're watching in the West, if it actually worked. All right, let's move on to sports. That was a...
Meanwhile, in places in Florida, they're getting too much rain to the point where they're dealing with massive flooding. You see what happened with Dubai. They tried this same technique with the lasers and they're manipulating the weather, all because they are saying that it was too dry in Dubai. So they want to alter the weather and the clouds to make it rain. And instead, they make it so that it was too much rain to the point where they can't even turn it off. And it ends up being like in LA and in Florida, when they end up having too much rain to the point where they're dealing with massive flooding. Dubai underwater.
Dubai underwater.
Look at that. I'll turn it down. Look at that. This is Dubai. All because they want to play God and control the weather with lasers. Now they can't stop it from raining. Look at that. Everything's underwater. Even the airport's underwater. So like I say, ladies and gentlemen, all these disasters that are happening all over the United States, are they man-made or are they natural disasters? I just mentioned Hawaii. Everybody said that was a setup. I just mentioned the how they control the weather with lasers. wildfire set up Hawaii. Look, they said, in-depth look into the events leading to the Hawaii fire mishap.
To determine exact causes of the fire, mistakes that may have been made, and a timeline of events. But let's unpack the best reporting we have as of right now, because it paints a picture of chaos, despair, and some missed opportunities to save lives. This fire story starts with wind. And actually, we're going to zoom out to 2 days before Maui was aflame.
The National Weather Service actually gave us the red flag warning ahead of time.
Sunday, August 6th. Ahead of time. That's when the National Weather Service issues a fire weather watch related to the powerful winds driven by Hurricane Dora off to the island's south. The morning of Tuesday, August 8th, a series of small fires break out, including one about 1.5 miles from the ocean. Those fires, according to officials, were 100% contained a few hours later. But the wind continued to whip trees, roof tiles, and power lines, many of which reportedly stayed energized. Okay, key moment
power
here,
lines.
3:15 p.m. That's when the Lahaina fire grows so large, for the first time, it can be seen from space.
Oh my God, I think we need to load up the car maybe.
The scene is still 1 mile away from the ocean, but the fire was moving fast thanks to those winds and acres upon acres of burnt out non-native grasses ahead of it. First responders, already stretched thin from the morning fires, struggled to keep up with the flames.
And then I saw one Fred dead on the ground like a piece of charcoal.
But state officials said the 80 warning sirens around the islands never sounded, and Maui Emergency Management didn't order the immediate evacuation of the crowded neighborhoods near Lahaina's downtown, even as fire and smoke started overwhelming neighborhoods. The evacuation order came finally at 5:50 p.m., but by that point, residents had already started taking fate into their own hands.
Just seemed like every second was 10 hours waiting.
But not everyone fled from the flames by car. Some resorted to the Pacific Ocean or swimming pools in the middle of the inferno, one that would burn for days, claiming homes, livelihoods, and lives, and also raise questions about how the deadliest natural disaster in the state's history might have been avoided. Noah Pransky, NBC News.
They said
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
They said they could have avoided all of this, but they chose not to warn people. That's why people are saying what happens in Hawaii was a setup, because they failed to warn people about the fire. They knew about this ahead of time, and instead of warning these people so they could evacuate, they chose to wait at the last minute. And if they didn't try to advance the hurricanes with that laser, I know, right? That's exactly why I said the whole thing is the setup, because number one, you know about it's on its way. You know about the winds and the fire, and you know that the fire that had already was set up. But instead of evacuating the people early, you wait until the fire got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where it has eaten thousands and thousands of acres already. Wow. This is crazy. This is exactly why people feeling like your government is corrupt, because look all the stuff that's happening in your area, that's including from stuff like gun violence, stuff like the drug that's being distributed into your city like fentanyl, because how are they are able to get their hands on it? It's because they are being dropped off by KKK members. Just dropping off to your city and have them pick it up, and then they either use it or sell it out into the streets, into the hands of criminals. And then that's how, ladies and gentlemen, we end up with gun violence in your city. Because how else do criminals get their hands on these weapons, these military weapons, without knowing that you can't even buy or own a gun with a criminal record? So how are they able to get their hands on these type of military weapons if they can't even buy or own a gun or go to a gun shop to purchase guns because they have a felony? I'll take one with you. Cheers, gang. It's like I said before, it's like we are living in a movie like they did with the movie called Last Action Hero featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger, where we somehow end up in somebody's movie, because every time we turn around there's nothing but action packed stuff that happening. Either somebody getting shot, somebody getting stabbed, somebody getting shot at, somebody getting stabbed at, somebody or some type of terrorist act happened under the subway, somebody being pushed into the train tracks, somebody is being kidnapped, kidnapped in broad daylight. There's saw incidents where a woman is being kidnapped in broad daylight by a random guy. He just out of nowhere, just while she was walking into our house, this guy just randomly ran up to her and starts grabbing her and tried to run off with her. I was like, that's the world going completely mad. Has the world gone completely mad that people is starting to go back into the barbaric days and feel like they could just take what's theirs with no questions asked. And if you don't let them take what they want, they're going to unalive you, like they did back into the prehistoric days. Are we going back to that, ladies and gentlemen? Are we going back to the prehistoric days where people are that barbaric that if you let me take from you what I want, I'm going to take your life away? Is this what we are going back to, ladies and gentlemen? Back to prehistoric days where people don't give a F about other people's lives, about other people's well-being. It's either unalive or be unalive. Because that's exactly what is going on in today's society. We all find ourselves in the state where it's either unalive people or be unalive. If you're not the one unaliving people, well, guess what you are? If you're not the one unaliving people, guess what you are in today's society? Yeah. To the point where they made a whole documentary about gun violence happening, and it's all because of who is setting up the guns and drugs into your city.
Remember, we ain't got the Klan ain't got to go out and kill blacks no more. We just drop off some liquor in their towns and some guns, and they do it themselves. It's my option every weekend. I'll go up to Chicago with a big truck full of whiskey and crack, marijuana, and a ton of guns and bullets and tell them have at it and just drop it off right in the middle of town. And then go home and watch them on Monday morning news and laugh the whole time.
What's the most important thing you've learned in your life?
To never turn my back on God. He'll always be there for me. And like I said, the Klan's a religious movement. When I was younger, I really wasn't into religion, but then I see there's a whole new generation coming up that are basically atheists. And I feel sorry for them, so I try to reach out to people about the Bible and the goodness of the Bible. And, you know, God's there for everybody who's there willing to listen.
What do you proud to say in your life?
The fact that this, all I have to say is, if you don't know by now, everything they say
in 2020, I was low carb.
If you don't know by now, ladies and gentlemen, everything that they say and do is on camera. Everything that they say and do is being well documented, including them controlling the weather. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're not the one owning ships, not the on the planes. So how are these people are able to get their hands on these drugs and weapons if they're not the one owning those ships and planes? Then if they're not the one bringing them over here, the weapons over here, if not the one responsible for the weapons over here, who is the one responsible for the weapons over here and drugs? As you can see on this video, it is the same people that are known to kill African Americans back in the day are now bragging, saying that they don't even have to do that anymore because all they got to do is drop off the weapons in your community and have you guys do it yourself and each other. Do gun violence and gangs that is allowed by your mayor of your city. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there wouldn't be no gangs allowed in your city if it wasn't for your mayor.
And new this morning, a search underway for two suspects accused in a shooting in the Bronx. Surveillance video shows them draw their weapons and fire at a man wearing a red jacket. This happened back on October 18th at the intersection of Hoe Avenue and Westchester Avenue. The victim was taken to Lincoln Hospital and treated for a gunshot wound to his knee. No word yet on what led up to that shooting.
See how randomly stuff like that is starting to happen?
Not everyone's life runs in
crazy, right? And people nowadays got that monkey see, no evil, hear no evil. I know, right? It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get. They already predicted the return of the Great Depression in 2025. And we're already in the middle of 2024, and as you can see, things is getting a hell of a lot worse with as far as gun violence, and then we got the fires, then we got the flooding. It's crazy. That's why I keep saying in my videos that it's no longer safe to be outside, because all the stuff that is taking place outside right now in 2024, not just with the fires in LA. Every day say that because of the fire, the air quality is not even safe to breathe in because of the fire in LA, and that took place in LA. That's how bad the fire is. The air quality is not even good. Then we gotta deal with got all the violence going on outside your city, but all because they want to defund the police due to budget cuts. And now these same people have the nerve, have the absolute nerve to say that now you have an addiction to being on social media on every day, all because you guys decided to be inside and be on your device and watch content on your device rather than to be outside. Now they're calling it a some type of you are addicted to your phones, you're addicted to your device because of social media and how it is detrimental to your mental health. Okay, so I'm guessing you constantly seeing people get shot at and unalive. That's not detrimental to people's mental health. I'm guessing you constantly being on the subway, you constantly seeing people getting stabbed randomly. I guess that's not detrimental to people's mental health. So I'm guessing you being outside and you being at the bus stop and then all of a sudden you randomly get shot at. That's not good. That's not detrimental to your mental health. So I'm guessing you being in the train and then out of nowhere a random mass shooting stuff happening while you're inside of a metal moving train. I guess that's not detrimental to people's mental health. No, it is social media. The news says social media is damaging people's mental health. Not them constantly seeing gun violence every day in their city to the point where even babies are getting shot at. Babies. No, not that being detrimental to people's mental health. No, social media is. Well, let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen, what I just said. That say on the news, being on your phone is damaging your mental health. But those what I just mentioned isn't. So I'm guessing they want you to be outside more than to be inside playing. They're inside on your social media or playing video games. Even though they have social media that help you make money, even though there are apps like Twitch that help you make money off playing video games. So that's why people are finding themselves playing more video games more, because it helps them revenue money. Because nowadays you can make money off playing video games from apps like Twitch. So from social media apps like Twitch and or YouTube. But yet that said, being on your social media too much is being detrimental to your mental health versus gun violence versus all the people dying from fentanyl drug overdose. Them constantly seeing people, they're constantly seeing babies dying in the street every day. That's not going to mess up their mental health, mental issues, and further mess up their heads. No, it's them being on social media in the house every day. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up. Social media edition.
What the science is showing us is the universe.
Before we go, we'll take this one more video and then we'll be out. I won't keep it guys long. I keep you guys long enough. I'm gonna show you guys one more video and then we out.
Welcome back. The U.S. Surgeon General is urging Congress to mandate warning labels on social media platforms, just like the warnings you see on cigarette packs. Dr. Vivek Murthy wants to highlight the potential mental health risks for young people. Murthy suggests that while a warning label alone won't make social media safer, it's necessary in raising awareness and also changing behavior. So, are warning labels necessary? Will they help? Joining us now to take a deeper dive into this topic, we have Dr. Ricardo White, a psychiatrist with Dignity Health Community Hospital in San Bernardino. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a really important conversation.
I know, right?
Hi, Kalina. It's good to be here.
Of course.
And then on top of that, I mean, mention that. On top of that, it is super hot to be out there. They even say themselves that the temperature is going to be in an alert unhealth risk of over 100 degrees. And like I said, in LA, they're dealing with the fire, so that the air quality is not even good because of the fire alone. And then on top of that, you got the temperatures. So it's not even safe to be outside, not even talking about the gun violence situation and the knife violence situation. We're also talking about the temperature-wise, because it is summer, ladies and gentlemen. Summer is finally here. Summer is finally here. And what comes with summer? Heat wave. So what do you normally do during the daytime, during the heat wave? We be inside the house underneath the air conditioner where it is cool, nice. But they say that because of that, you being on social media is detrimental to your mental health.
So what do you think about the call to put a warning label on social media?
Well, I applaud Dr. Murthy's attention to this issue and his commitment to actually.
I like how this guy just come up with the lips. I like you, I like how this guy who what to tell people how to live their life comes off with the lips.
Takes steps in the direction of expanding the conversation. I think the critical role that placing that label would play is us conversing about it and recognizing that we need initiatives to deal with this issue. So we know that during the period of 10 to 19, it's a highly sensitive period for brain development. And we also know that a core component of addiction is both compulsion despite negative consequences. And so we know that using social media can be incredibly addictive. So when you combine that with that young developmental age, we absolutely want to take steps to protect those young minds. Because we know that the exposure can.
You see how they like to contradict themselves, talking about, we be addicted to social media, but yet you guys created these platforms, and not only create these platforms, make it so that people can make money off these platforms. So, and guess what? In order to get paid off these platforms, guess what we had to do? In order to get paid off this platform, because we can't just magically get thousands of followers and thousands of subscribers. You just get magically have them appear within the snap of a finger. Oh, no. We had to what, ladies and gentlemen? Post. We had to post. You had to take pictures. You had to take videos. You had to pretty much do what they do in Hollywood and edit and create videos and create content in order to gain followers and views, because in order to make money off of social media apps, because yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can't make money off social media apps if you have the certain amount of followers and views. But in order to do that, you had to post more. You had to post more. But therefore, you had no choice but to be on social media more, because now people can make a living from posting on social media like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook. Now that they are allowing you to make money off these apps. All you got to do is have a certain amount of followers, have more than 10,000 followers in some apps, but on YouTube, you only need 1,000 followers to get paid and 4,000 watch hours. Everybody else is you need 10,000 followers and 100,000 views to get paid by the platform, social media platform. And only the way to get 100,000 views and followers is by what? Posting more. And how do you post more? Is by being on those social media apps. Putting them on the social media apps. Like Facebook, like Instagram, like YouTube. That's why I say they love to contradict themselves about them saying that, oh, people is so addicted to there. Because everything, according to them, everything is an addiction. From sex could, they say that you could be addicted to sex. Now you're a sex, you could be the sex addict. How people label themselves as a sex addict. How people label themselves as food addict. They're being so addicted to food that that's all they think about is food. There's addictions. There's a food addiction. There's the drink addiction. There's people that like constantly drink sodas, or for like constantly over and over again. They have a soda addiction. They have a coffee addiction. Did you know that? Do you know how many people that are addicted to caffeine and coffee? Do you know how many people that are addicted to caffeine and coffee? There are coffee addiction and caffeine addiction, soda addiction, sex addiction. They have drugs addiction, cigarettes addiction, alcohol addiction, food addiction, sex addiction, and they also have the thing called water addiction. That's where you drink too much water because the doctor tell you that you could only drink a certain amount per day, and that if it goes over the limit, you could overdose in water. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That said, you could unintentionally drown in the water by you having too much water. So they even have addiction for water addiction, where that the person can't go a day without drinking, or can't go a second without drinking water. There's somebody that's addicted to only eating pizza. Like they only eat a pizza, that's strictly pizza. There's somebody that's addicted to mac and cheese. They only eat mac and cheese. That's all they eat. They don't eat nothing else but mac and cheese. I know somebody that's addicted to burgers. That's all they eat is burgers, strictly burgers. They don't eat nothing else. They don't eat like no pasta, no mac and cheese, no Chinese. Just strictly burgers. All right. Are you addicted to pizza? See, if you got an addiction in pizza and within pizza, there's somebody I know that there's no videos that's showing that there's somebody that addicted to pizza, that they only eat pizza. They ate pizza for morning, noon, and night. And also, ladies and gentlemen, remember, to speak of addiction, you guys remember the guy that made that the Super Size Me with the McDonald's. He found himself being addicted to McDonald's because he did a challenge where he had McDonald's. He was on McDonald's diet, and he ate it for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And he was seeing the effects it had on his physical health and mental health, and it did both no good. He was not only was destroyed mentally, he was destroyed physically because he was constantly getting fat, and he constantly was messing up with his mental because of that. And also, he was find himself getting sleepy and tired. And also, ladies and gentlemen, guess what happened to him? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he had died. He had died. He had passed away. And how he passed away? I think because of cancer. He died because of cancer. And what he was doing the whole time, that led to his cancer, if damn sure wasn't because of drugs, damn sure wasn't because of alcohol, it because what he was doing this whole time, ladies and gentlemen, make a documentary about fast food. Before he got that cancer, he was doing documents on him eating nothing but fast food. He did not only part 1 but part 2 eating nothing but fast food. The first one he did was McDonald's. Then the second one, yeah, no, right? I just found out a couple of days ago that the guy that did the Super Size Me has passed away due to cancer. And why and how he got cancer is because of what he was doing the entire time, and that is through a documentary on fast food. And they even said that there's a whole lawsuit against the FDA and against fast food industry because they are allowing pesticides be put into their food due to the plastic materials like gloves and packaging, and it's doing detrimental to people's mental health, and it's causing an abdominal effect. And it's affecting young teens. I said it's mainly affecting young teens with the abdominal effect due to fast food has been saturated with pesticides, toxic chemicals that being allowed into your fast food. Popular fast food places like McDonald's, Taco Bell, Chipotle, Caesars, they all uses those same toxic chemicals of pesticides like packaging and gloves that is used on your food. And what's another reason why teens are out here acting crazy is because guess what they love to eat? Guess what teens love to eat? Fast food. You know how many times you see on these mukbang videos of teens going in on these fast foods like McDonald's, like Chipotle and Taco Bell. They even did a whole challenge, dedicate themselves going in on fast food places like McDonald's, like Chipotle, like Taco Bell. Shout out to people like what's his name? Eric the Electric. Now he is known for eating unhealthy foods at a short period of time and going viral for it. Look at this. Eric the Electric finished the entire menu everywhere my Tesla took me for a week. You gonna fast more and more. No pizza for a while. See, you gotta know your limit. You gotta know your limit. At least you know your limit. At least you know your limit. Look at this guy. This guy has gotten famous from eating endless amount of fast food at short period of time. He have went to almost every fast food restaurant and tried to eat the entire menu. So fail, some here, some succeed, some fail. But every one of them gets over 1 million views. You see how he was Every time I drop a song, or every time I would drop a piano edition, I want almost like I'm bragging, but I'm just saying, I'm just putting on facts. Every time I drop, you see, every time I drop a song or every time I drop a piano edition, I get instant thousands of views. But that's exactly how Eric the Electric, the views get every time he does those crazy fast food challenges. Those views instantly get 3 million plus views. Instantly get millions of views. Look, within 8 days, he got 3 million views. Within 8 days. And what happens when you find yourself getting those type of views? You're going to keep doing it over and over and over again, because he realized that it's helping them reach millions and millions of views, which equals to what? Thousands of thousands, hundreds of thousands in the bank by YouTube. Yeah, of course, YouTube takes 40% of it, like I said, through taxes, but he is getting bank of those videos, because those equal to those hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the views. They're tripping these days. These are regular food spots. They could go to somewhere people never seen. I know, right? But they want to go to places where it's like the unhealthiest, like Taco Bell and McDonald's and Chipotle. And those not even good places, by the way. Those are places people go because they don't even have enough money to go out to like places like Cheesecake Factory or other high-end restaurants. That's where the fast food places go, because it's cheaper, but it's also unhealthy. And you will see it with Nick Avocado. He has became huge because of him eating nothing but fast food. Even B Loves Life, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who B Loves Life is, B Loves Life had became a millionaire because she has eaten nothing but unhealthy fast food, and lots of it, like places like McDonald's, Chipotle, and Taco Bell, all in one city. And B Loves Life, she ended up because she ended up doing the videos every day, back to back to back, and even she knows that is not good for your health. Eating unhealthy like that, back to back to back, is that going to have consequences on your health? But because of that, it helps her reach over to her becoming a millionaire, for her to become having millions and millions of followers and subscribers because of her crazy mukbangs she be doing on YouTube. It came to the point where now everybody wants to make mukbang videos just to become rich and famous. Now everybody wants to become a mukbanger just because they saw B Loves Life make mukbang videos and now she's making millions because of this mukbang videos. Now everybody and their mama, literally everybody and their mama wants to make a mukbang videos just by them sitting in front of the camera and eating, and they get instant views like this guy did. See, 3.1 million views. This is how people find themselves getting famous and rich, like quick, I guess. It's by following a trend and on social media. One of them is mukbang / food eating contest. You can eat the much unhealthy food as possible in a short amount of time is how you go viral on social media. And you see how Eric the Electric ended up going viral just by him eating the entire menu from every place that Tesla sent him. That's crazy. But oh yeah, I did say that I was going to end this video. So I mean, in this video, I've been here for like quite some time. I don't know how long I've been on here, but it's been a long time. So I'm gonna let you guys go and enjoy the rest of the day. But thank you for joining me on this live stream. You are the real MVP. And please, everybody that live in the LA area, please be careful, because I heard that they are evacuating people in LA due to the wildfire that's happening over there over the West Coast, and that's now been taking away thousands and thousands of acres of land due to the fire. So I hope that you guys are in a safe place, and if you have to evacuate, please hope you are evacuate in a safe, calm manner. Don't try to all rush all at once, therefore causing a traffic jam, and now you're stuck. So please, if you have to evacuate, please do it calmly, or try to rush and cause a traffic jam. Now you're stuck. Now how you supposed to move out now? But thank you all for joining me on this live stream. You are the real MVP. If you have to go outside, please be safe and pay attention to your surroundings, because we are living in the era of Joe Biden, aka lawlessness. Make sure you stay hydrated, stay active, stay positive, and remember, you are special. And don't let everybody tell you anything different. It's People Chat 1983, and I'm signing out. Deuces.